Video games have been around now for a long time, and over time people have said that they're getting better and better, but is this really the case? I mean, sure, there are some good recently made games, but the majority of them are mediocre at best. I mean, take the Call of Duty franchise for example. The first Call of Duty game blew people away with its amazing graphics at the time and stunning realism, but over time the series just got boring, doing the same thing year after year and not really adding a whole lot to the overall structure of the game. I mean, sure, World War II made a few minor steps in the right direction, but it's still the same washed out game that came out last year. And it's not only Call of Duty that's doing this. Many AAA game developers are using the same "if it's not broken, don't fix it" strategy to approach their games. And sure, in some cases they do work. Some recent examples are Titanfall 2 and Destiny 2. These are two games that came out recently and they're not that bad, although they do get boring after a while. I'd even launch Call of Duty up now and then for some dumb fun, but even then, I'd resort to more original titles. And if it's dumb fun you're looking for, a studio called Landfall Studios has got you covered. In my opinion, the world needs more game developers like them. They're truly the bread and butter of fun, cheap, easy to pick up flash games that you could sink hours into. Take Cluster Truck for instance. This is a game where you complete courses by jumping on trucks, and you can't touch the floor. If you do, you die. Pretty simple game, right? Only that it's so stupidly fun to play. And the fact that people can make their own courses for people to play only future-proofs the game with a seemingly infinite amount of levels. Another game Landfall Studios developed is a game called Stick Fight. Same deal here, only that you're a stick figure in a life and death situation going against 1 to 3 other players. This fast-paced thrill ride is an absolute joy to play. Although it does have a short lifespan, the game is extremely fun to play. Landfall Studios brings back the fun in video games. Their stupid ideas are turned into extremely creative, original, and most importantly, fun titles. One key factor, in my opinion, to keep a game alive is to let the community mod the game. This adds complete freedom and helps them last way longer than they should. Games like Fallout 4, Skyrim, and even Counter-Strike Global Offensive are excellent examples of games with huge modding communities. In CSGO, the community makes most of the in-game skins you can acquire, not to mention the obscene amount of maps, game modes, and servers the community creates and hosts. This keeps the game fun and fresh, with no extra cost to the developers. Skyrim is another great example of this. This game has way too many mods. Mods to help the game look nicer, play smoother, or just to add some stupid yet fun things into the game. Allowing the community to create things for games help the games last longer and create a more structured and faithful community. What has really taken off these past months in gaming is taking a pre-existing genre of game and adding a unique spin to it. Take PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds for example. Sure, the Battle Royale genre has been around for quite some time now, but Battlegrounds adds its own ingredients to the well-known flavor of the genre, and it's a blast to play, especially with friends. Another unique game that came out this year does something amazing with the already pretty established platforming genre. This game is called Cuphead. It's a great game that looks and plays amazingly. This game has a 30s, 50s cartoon style with the soundtrack being no exception. And this amazing creative style led people to play. If there's one thing that this information tells us, it's that more creative and original games these days are often just as or more successful and critically acclaimed than the usual AAA titles that come out every year. Can AAA developers make good games? Yes, they can make great games. But they're not usually made to appeal to people, they're usually made to sell. I think I speak for most people when I say that I want things to go back the way they were, when AAA developers made games that they truly wanted to be special.